Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 3rd of October. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Alligator Energy, Mineral Resources, Smartgroup, Cochlear and 29 Metals. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best stock recommendations come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So make sure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like our personal help in managing your portfolio, then please call us, and all the advice here is general only. So we've got a weekly chart here of Alligator Energy. So we could see the big run up in 2021, and then essentially it just looks like a big sideways consolidation. Most recently it looks like it's made a higher low here. So it's sort of run up here into early this year, made a higher low, which is a positive. From this peak earlier this year, it looks like we've got sort of a downtrend here where it's now breaking above it. There was a decent amount of volume on the way up there. You've got buy signal on the MACD, the weekly MACD. So, looking like it's going to head higher. I guess most likely you'll get a bit of resistance here near 7 cents, so a decent rally to 7. And obviously if you can break that, then you'd be looking at taking out this prior high near 8 cents. Okay, Mineral Resources. So I did cover this one in the Dynamic Investor Report 2 weeks ago. So we looked at the big reversal here. Buy signal on the RSI, big reversal. So that was the buy signal, and obviously it's run up from 30s to over $50 just in the space of several days. Now it is hitting. Where are we? So does look like we're getting. This is a bit of a resistance level here. It's probably clearer to see on the daily chart. I mean, just looking at sort of these little lows here, sort of got this sort of band of resistance around here. So it's hitting that naturally, and it should cool off. But obviously the move's been pretty strong, big volume. So you might get a little bit of a sideways cooling off, and then if it can break through this zone, you'd be looking at, most likely $70 would be the next target. SIQ, so if we have a look at the weekly, obviously had an uptrend there that was broken about 6 months ago. Now it looks like it's forming a base. I think you've got some clear sort of support and resistance levels, so I think it's just a case of we need to wait for an upside or downside break. Downside break is a sell signal, and upside break is the buy signal. Okay, Cochlear, so we had what was an uptrend here, and then it sort of broke down there in mid-August. So if we have a look at the daily chart, obviously broke under support, and it's been sliding ever since. We've got a little buy signal there on the RSI, daily RSI, and a bit of a bounce in the past few days. But just a bit of a short-term bounce from being oversold. I think it's still early days, whether this is going to move into something, make a bit more of a substantial move or not. I mean, there is a little bit of resistance here. So look, maybe a short-term move, but we need to at least see some sort of higher lows, higher highs, those sorts of things to be more confident that it's on the way back up. Otherwise it is at risk of falling further. Okay, 29M. So that's the weekly, sort of still looks like downtrend. Short term it looks like it's trying to recover. If we switch to the daily chart, obviously, decent move there in the past few weeks. Clearly there'll be a bit of resistance here, near 60 cents, sort of near that old high, 60 cents. So it's getting close to that now. So especially given how sharp it's run up, you'll get a bit of a consolidation. Then you need to wait to see if it can break that. I mean, if it can, then you've got a bit of a trade. I'd say, major resistance around these zones. So perhaps a bit of a trading stock where if it breaks that, you can get a bit of a run up here. But it does need to get through this area, in my opinion, for the long term to look better, because again, if we go back to the weekly chart, it needs to start making the higher highs and we've potentially got a higher low, but yeah, for the moment, bit of a shorter term trade opportunity. Once it gets through that, then at least we've broken the downtrend. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next time.